Well, I guess the main goal of the artist studio is to produce paintings first and foremost, and to manage the process of production. Like Dad still, even though he's 89 years old, is still active as a painter, producing 4-meter high paintings. So producing the work, making sure that he can produce the work and that they can be well documented properly and placed into storage, and all the archival material relevant to the work, whether that's materials or the meanings of the titles. And ultimately, I think having a well-ordered studio will help when it comes to the time that it becomes an estate, and that we are working with an artist and seeking to get them into the canon of art history, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, we also spend quite a lot of time thinking about what's going to happen when it becomes an estate. So we've already started preparations, and we have a strategy and thinking about the long term, and also adapting to things when they change, because as you get more information, sometimes you alter your course slightly. But we feel fairly well prepared at this point. We'll see how it goes.
Well, I think the first thing you have to do is pause. One of the things we learned when we first came to the Institute 5 years ago, that it's absolutely vital that a family pauses to grieve and the loss of a parent or a grandparent or whatever, and to reflect and take time. Then I think it is ensuring that the studio, the physical space, is preserved and maintained as it was at the time of the artist's passing. And then I think the 3 pillars are having a good relationship with the commercial gallery and ensuring that that is smooth and the communications are clear. Second, with museums, and ensuring that the museums have the opportunity to acquire works and to think about exhibitions in the future. And then the third pillar is art historical research, and ensuring that the artist is represented in and understood by art historians, and that the oeuvre and the artist's career are properly considered, well documented. So I think there's a huge amount of preparation in each of those spheres as the studio moves to a point where the physical studio becomes a place that people will want to visit, the archive is properly prepared, and all of that serves the 3 pillars.
Yeah, I think the first thing is making sure that you understand what the artist wants for their legacy is key. And we're very lucky that we've been able to engage in those conversations. So Sir Frank, it's a difficult thing with anybody, but he's kind of opened up to us more and more as we've had these discussions. And I think that, he's set the structure in the first place. And so we know that we're carrying out his wishes. And it's, which makes it easier, because it's really difficult if you're making it up for yourself and what you should think, because then you have a lot of opinions outside, and that could be conflicting, if you like. But we know what Frank's vision is for his legacy, and so we have clear instructions. Makes it a lot easier. Well, there are different sections. One of the main ones is the archive, and we have a fantastic archivist, and they have sort of, as part of the archivist's mandate, if you like, they know what should be allowed out. Like, for instance, if letters were sent to Frank, even though the letter was given to Frank, his letter, but it was sent by somebody else, so that information cannot go out into the world without the permission of the person who wrote it. So there were those things to consider. Obviously, there were rules in different countries. In England, we have GDPR, which is, the sort of just people's rights, intellectual rights, property rights, etc. I think that you just have to be sensitive. And the first thing for me is, like, how would somebody else feel if it was them? And also because working with, it's a family business, so the concerns within the family, politics, etc. So you have to think about how all the decisions you make affect your immediate family, but also people outside, and how will it be viewed, how will it be perceived. So I think we're pretty good at that. We have long conversations about these kinds of things.
I mean, I think that that's a very good question. I think that the art, the paintings, the sculptures, the drawings are made for a public audience. And Dad has always said that he wants his art to be out in the world, to be seen. Much of the archival material is, for public consumption. There's a huge amount of photography and cinematography and, a huge amount of material which really should be in the public domain. But as Sacha has said, a lot of the correspondence is private correspondence between lovers, between family members, between friends, which shouldn't automatically be in the public domain. So there's definitely, like a theatre, there's a front of house, there's a backstage, and some things need to be kept private. They're personal to the family, to the people who produce them. But our hope is that over time, we'll be able to reveal more and more layers of Dad's very long and interesting career, and his travels and the incredible people that he met. That's taking things which are at the moment mostly private and to bring those to a public audience. That's part of the goal. That's part of what legacy is about, I think.